What's up guys? So in past 6 to 7 months I have noticed something. I'm not encountering a lot of shooter players like I used to. I've seen more biker players, bulker players, even vehicle players than shooter players. So what's the deal guys? Are shooter not worth to play anymore in 2023? As a shooter player, I think I can talk about this and I will be giving you my opinion about shooters. I think shooters are still very important in the game. I've seen a lot of top players still playing shooters. Yummy is playing shooters. He's the strongest player in the game. Monkey Reloaded is playing shooters. He's one of the strongest player in the game. So at the top of the top, I think nothing is going to change. The way GM made this game is, especially for the top of the top players, is that you need to increase everything. You need to max out everything to stay strongest in the game. Shooters are still the king when it's come to tournaments. If you are going to play tournaments, you are going to be stronger than other troops, especially if you are a shooter player. So a 5000 shooter players is going to be more stronger than a 5000 biker or bulker player. Especially with all those T11, T12 troops, shooters are still very strong. That's why guys, Yummy and other top players are still playing shooters in tournaments, just like we seen in 3v3 tournament. So at the top of the top, nothing is going to change guys. It stay the same for a very long time. You need to increase everything in order to stay the strongest in the game. If we will remove that, let's go down a little bit. Let's talk about the 2000 stats player, the 3000 stats player, because this is where majority of the players are in the game. So what about them? I think it's depend on how you play this game. T11 tactical shooters are still the strongest tactical troops in the game. So after the implementation of Gold Rush, players need to occupy a lot of building. Players need to attack in real map a lot. In that kind of situation, I think shooters are lagging behind bulkers and bikers. If you are 2000 stats player and you are playing bulker or biker, you are going to be stronger than 2000 stats shooter player. Especially when it's come to occupying building, when it's come to real map where you need to utilize your troops, where you're going to lose your troops. Shooters have just a little bit less overall health than bulker and biker. So if you're going to occupy a building and somebody is going to attack you, you are going to lose shooters a lot faster than other troops. So when it's come to that, shooters are in disadvantage, and this is where the problem starts. Even though they are very great in tournaments and everything, but they are still behind bulker and bikers when it's come to the real battle. Even though we have Gyre guys, Gyre is a shooter renegade. I've seen more biker players using Gyre than shooter players. This is the thing that speaks for itself. More biker players are using shooter renegade than shooter players, because we don't have a lot of shooter players. At the top of the top, nothing is going to change, but 2000 stats player, they need to be smart with their investment. Either they are going to play bikers or bulker, or they are going to play shooters. They cannot just change all the time. When it's come to things like this, they choose to play biker and bulker, which is a good thing guys, because you will be getting more out of your troops, more out of your stats, especially if you're a bulker and biker player. It's not that shooters are useless because of this. They are still great even in real city attack. If you like to casually attack a little bit, if you like to just play a normal game, don't try to attack all the time. You are not trying to occupy building all the time. I just think that still very great to play shooters. When it's come to 1000 stats, I think shooters are still a lot easier to increase as compared to biker and bulker. After that, it's pretty much same for every troops. You're going to find some problem when it's come to increasing your stats further and further, but it's same guys. But as come to getting more out of your troops, especially if you're very active, especially you like to attack a lot, occupy building a lot, you will get more out of bulker and bikers than playing shooters. So I think that in this kind of scenario, shooters are not that great, and that's why we are not seeing a lot of players playing shooters, because majority of the players in the game are not that 5000 6000 stats player. Majority of the players in the game are 1000 2000 3000 stats player, and that's where we see a lot of bulker and biker players. I will say biker players are more than bulker players. Still there are some bulker players, but yeah, we have more biker players than bulker players. There is a very good reason for that. When it's come to importance, biker have stayed consistent for a very long time. There was a lot of shooter players in the game at one moment. We have seen players like King Wicked. Yeah, about that guys, where is King Wicked? I have not seen him playing anymore. Did he quit the game? What's the deal with him? Because at one time he was very popular and he was a shooter player guys. One of the few players that made playing shooters more popular I'm not seeing him in the game anymore. So what's the deal with him? If anybody know about him, let me know in the comment section below. There were a lot of good shooter players in the past. There are still some great shooter players. From KSV, Dave is also playing shooters. He is a very high stats shooter player. So I think in 2023, it's still worth to play shooters if you don't like to attack a lot. You're just casual player. You're going to play tournaments. You're going to play real estate event. You're going to attack here and there, but you don't like to occupy a lot of buildings. You're just going to be casually enjoying the game. I think shooters are still very strong, still great to play. You will still enjoy the game. You will still have a lot of fun with them. They are still very strong. In tournaments, you are just absolutely going to destroy these biker and bulker players, especially with the right renegade setup. Shooters still have an advantage to them. They are still very strong and still worth to play in 2023. It just depends on how you like to play. That's about it for the video, guys. If you have anything to add to this, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.